just let me see you hit a couple putts. We'll see what you guys have tendencies to do, and we'll go from there. Okay.
A little hard.
Little hard, yeah. All right, so Blaze, why don't you hit a couple? A little short. Okay, so those are good putts. One thing I did notice, both of you guys both have good grips. Both are aligned nicely. Let's start with Blaze. Noticed with putting, it's really important to keep your swing, your backswing and your forward swing the same distance.
Pendulum?
Like a pendulum, yes. Very good. What I noticed you're doing, you're kind of just only coming back a little bit and you're just accelerating through the ball. You're not making the full, good contact square on your putter club face. So a good drill to do, I usually just, if I'm putting here, I'll set a ball here and a ball here for depending on how long my putt is, and just kind of try and equidistant it with each of the balls.
Okay.
So why don't you try that, making a equidistant swing on both sides. There we go. Better contact and almost made it. You know, I'll try another one.
Actually got it to the hole there.
Yeah. There it is. Good, yeah, so why don't you keep working on that.
Okay.
With Kyle, I noticed you tend to be pulling your putts a little bit. Looks as if you're kind of just picking up on it and rotating your right arm.
Okay.
Throughout a putter swing, you always want to keep the club face square throughout the whole thing on a little pendulum. And you were kind of rotating your right arm, your right hand, opening your left shoulder. So for you, why don't we work on just keeping a good posture when you're putting, and it's all arms. There should be no back or lower body movement throughout your putter swing.
Okay.
Why don't we work on that? Well, the drill that I like to work on these efficient shots is I always like to land the ball maybe 2 feet onto the green and let it roll out the rest of the way. This just works on being more efficient. So act as this is water or whatnot here. You just have to make it over and let the rest of it roll out and do the rest of it yourself. So that way you don't have to worry about carrying it 15 feet and then estimating how much it rolls out. This way, you know, okay, as long as I get it over that 2-foot mark, it's going to roll out 20 paces or whatnot to the hole.
Okay. Okay.
So why don't we work on that? See, that carried a little too long, Kyle.
All right. Still long,
Still long, yeah. See, you're worrying too much about getting into the hole. You got to trust that as long as you get it over this, it's going to roll out. It was a little better, more efficient shots. So this is something I like to do just a lot around the greens because I'm not comfortable with putting through 6 or 7 feet of fringe. You could work on this with each club, pitching wedge through 8-iron, depending on how much room you have to go. With an 8-iron, or if it was a higher lofted club, you don't need it to carry as far because it's going to roll out more. So I'd like to work on this. I know you guys have pitching wedges now. We don't need to really go into the farther distances. That's something you guys can work on your own. But yeah, so this is a good drill to do throughout just your practice time and when you're working on your swing and whatnot. Those are both pretty good. Make sure you're keeping your forward press, your hinge, creating just a 1-lever swing. ball got in the way, but I noticed you're getting a good hinge, but you're kind of popping it up a little bit.
Okay.
So let me show you here what you're doing. You're kind of just you're keeping your hinge throughout the swing, but you don't have as much forward press through the swing. Why don't you try working on keeping your hands really forward, keeping the ball nice and low. I noticed when you hit a couple of those last ones, kind of just popping them up, and they're either coming short, unless you're flying them too far, then they're going a little long.
Yeah.
So yeah, really work on keeping it low to the ground, forward press, nice one lever swing, and having it roll out.
Okay. Should my weight be any different on any of these?
Yeah,
Like on
so
my feet?
have more of the weight on your left foot, leaning
Okay.
forward,
Okay.
creating a forward press.
Okay.
Why don't we try that a couple times? Maybe a couple practice swings, working on the correct posture and whatnot. Maybe have left foot back a little bit, leaning forward. Keep your head in front of the ball. Yep.
I just hit it too hard.
Yep. It's a nice smooth swing. Don't jab at it. There we go. That's better.
I like that.
Yeah, that's something to really work on. There's a lot of repetitiveness. Keeping the ball on your heel. So for bunker play, there's mainly three key things that I like to always just focus on.
Okay.
They're all mainly in your setup. So one, getting digged in. You want to have an open stance. You also want to have an open club face, but at your target. And I always like to think hit between an inch and 2 inches behind the ball, depending on how much roll and how far you want to carry it.
Okay.
Now that we've worked on those couple things, you got any other things that you would like to work on, Kyle? Or?
I like to work on my posture. I feel like I have bad posture sometimes.
Okay.
When I get over the ball, I can't really get comfortable, and I don't know where to place myself.
A drill I like to work on for my posture, always making sure I'm not hunched over. I take my club, put it on my back, make sure it touches the butt end and the top of your spine. If you're hunched over, it's going to only be on this, and that's more uncomfortable if you're down here, which is creating you to get underneath the ball.
Okay.
If you're up like this, it's creating a better posture, better spine angle,
Okay.
and it'll lead you to better shots, better contact with the ball, not hitting as much ground.
Okay.
So that's something you can work on just in the mirror, at home. Don't even need to be at the course to do that. So, yep, making sure it's touching the bottom of your butt, the top of your spine.
Okay.
Creating a good spine angle.
Yeah, because I started out right here when I just did it, so I definitely need to get up right like this, huh?
Yes, more upright, better spine angle is, will lead you to hitting better contact shots. Yeah, see, that was good.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
I like
Yeah, why don't you work on that every couple swings?